there are people who have had vivid dreams which have linked the questions in the real universe to what was going on at the higher level of the mind in the dream. Have you ever dreamt of UFOs?
I have, yeah.
Could you tell us about it?
I will. It was an experience I had. I was working as a film extra on Die Hard,
Right.
Die Hard 2.
Yes.
And we had to get to bed early, to get up early, to be on set. And so I was getting to bed early. I fell asleep fast, and within seconds, I had what I've come to understand as an out-of-body experience.
Right.
I've had them since I was a child. So I used to panic. Now I just go with it. And they usually turn into the magnificent lucid dream. And it is like going into another dimension. That's how I would describe it. It's as real as this.
Yes.
So what happened on that particular night, my consciousness was suddenly flying over what looked like South America.
Right.
And it was so magical. The stars were out. I could see the jungle. And I was fascinated. I knew my body was asleep in bed, but I'm in this magnificent lucid dream and or other dimension. And at some point I landed on the mountaintop.
Right.
And I joined a circle of people, and it felt like we all knew why we were meant to be there. No words were spoken.
Right.
So we all just sat in a circle on the mountaintop, maybe about 7 or 8 of us, watching the skies.
Right.
And within seconds, this octagonal, like a
eight-sided, yes.
UFO turned up.
Right.
We were just watching it with a sense of knowing and a feeling of possible information being transmitted.
Right.
That's what it felt like.
Yes.
And it was as if we just expected that. It was no shock, no surprise. So it was almost like being in a meditative state, just watching this craft.
Right.
And then within seconds, I was waking up in bed. So I remembered it vividly.
Yes, you would.
And then what happened, what the coincidence is, I went to the Die Hard set to do the movie. And, you know, as you know, we're often sitting around for a while before they get filming. So I went for a little walkabout. And I was almost in a daydream, really, you know, just having a walkabout. And I was drawn to this lady. And I can't really explain it, but I was drawn to this lady as if we knew each other.
Right.
And we just greeted each other, you know, as if we knew each other, like old friends. And we got chatting, and I told her what I was up to, and she said she was waiting to meet a friend of hers who'd just come back from South America, writing a book on extraterrestrial visitations. And she described what I'd experienced.
Wow.
She said they're so used to them in these certain villages, they sit on the mountaintops waiting for them.
Good Lord.
She was describing my dream.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't say anything. I was just, on some level, it felt as if even we were transmitting some information.
Understood.
But I just listened to what she was saying, feeling, again, this sense of knowing. And then I got called back to the set.
Yes, to get on with the next piece of the shot.
And then there's one last little bit to that story. At the end of the day I got home, I went to the donut shop on the corner just to wind down and reflect on the day. And I was thinking about, there was a funny scene with a bomb scare.
Right.
And we were all running, laughing, you know, and we got told off. But, you know, you're not meant to be laughing at the bomb scare. So I was sitting there, and there was this homeless man. He used to sit in the corner. I used to call him Many Men because he had all these voices coming out.
Right.
So he was sitting in his little corner making something. He was engrossed. Old coat hangers, wires, paper cups. And anyway, as I was leaving, I said goodnight to the girl at the counter, and I turned to say goodnight to Many Men. And I looked at this thing he was making, and it was the same shape as the UFO.
The UFO, the same octagonal pattern.
Absolutely, yeah.
That is amazing.
I was like, what are they?
Wow, indeed.
And it felt like maybe he was possibly, his consciousness was on that mountaintop too, because it was one coincidence after another that day.
Truly,
Yeah.
truly amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for telling us about it.
You're welcome.